Hi everyone, in this video we'll see how to implement a recursive function to compute the factorial of any integer. And first of all, as usual, we have to include the IOStream library that will allow us to use some elementary functions such as the standard input and output function. And first of all, we create the main in which we will test the function. And first of all, we need to read in input the integer that the user want to calculate its factorial. So we can write insert a non-negative integer, and then we will check later on whether this input integer will be actually non-negative. And so we declare this integer n, and we read in input std cin n. Okay, now as I said before, we have to check if this actually is non-negative. So while the input n is lower than 0, what we have to do is we suggest the user to insert another number. So we say the input value is negative. Then we get new line with \n, and then we say insert a non-negative integer as before. And again we read n. This will loop until the user will insert a positive value of n. Okay, now we just have to print the result using a factorial function that we will implement later. And let's say stdcout the factorial of n is, and then we use factorial of n. And now we just need to implement this factorial function. And then this is I say here int main, so we just have to return 0. Okay, now we have to implement this factorial function. This will return an integer, so int factorial of, and is input another integer, and we call it again n. We use the recursion method, so we have to have a base case and then the recursive case. If you think about it, the base case for the factorial is the input is equal 0, which is factorial is 1, and the same the input 1. So if n equals 0 or n equal 1, we just return 1, which is the result of factorial of 0, factorial of 1. And then the recursion is return n times factorial of n minus 1. And this will iterate until n minus 1 will be 0 or 1. And I think we're done, and we just need to test our function. So we start without debugging, because at the moment we don't see any mistake, but we use debug in case of mistakes. And okay, it seems that there are no code mistakes. Okay, insert a non-negative integer. For example, if you print -2, it has to give an error, and it's like this, and the input value is negative. So insert a non-negative integer. For example, we insert 4, and we see that the factorial of 4 is 24. We say that the code is working, and I hope this was a really short tutorial, but I hope you enjoyed enjoyed the video, and see you in the next tutorial. Thanks for watching.